Okay, so a lot, a lot going on this week. Let me start out by saying that I called around to my Walgreens because someone had informed me that the beauty armies had come out at the Walgreens in Florida. Then someone else informed me that they made their way to Mississippi. So I'm like, well, they're making their way this way. So I was calling my Walgreens. Oh my goodness, like every other day. I must have drove the lady at my Walgreens crazy. And it had not come in. And Thursday I had to be in Pearland. And there's a strip on Pearland. It's the 518. It's the Broadway Street. And there's at least 3 Walgreens on that strip. So I always go to Pearland to do my groceries at the HEB Plus. And so I went and I called, and nobody said they had it. Some said they had a ton of boxes that they still hadn't gone through, and they won't be up till Monday. So one place said they had it up, and this lady would not hold it for me. Like most Walgreens here are pretty cool about holding this for you. She wouldn't. So she had put it up at about 3 o'clock, but my husband had the car, so I couldn't. And we had to do groceries there anyway. This was Thursday, so I didn't want to go down there, come back, and go back out there. So I was patiently waiting, but I told my husband to give me the car at 5. There were things that needed to be done, and he had to work late. I'm like dying. At that point, I was patient until that point, and I was dying because I wanted to get my hands on these. So I said, you better be in this store at 6 o'clock. Don't tell me you're working any later, because there was things I could have taken care of to save time. That went out the window. I had like so many things to do, so I just said, let's just go straight there. And sure enough, after like 4 hours, she said only one person had went to the display, but that all the colors were still there. So one person took like 3 colors, and so there was at least one color of each. Again, there's enough for 3. I don't know why Wet n Wild is only sending out, like 2 of each to every place. So, but anyway, I got them. And I did swatches and everything of them. This, I'll tell you, they went from the muted tones in spring. The Spring Forward collection that came out, and those were seriously muted tones. I didn't see any doubles of those in their other palettes. Then they came out with the really vibrant pop art craze, and maybe a month later, they released these, and these are more dramatic. These are camouflage themes where it's the same color but in light, dark, and medium. I guess that's what you would call monotone, but that's how usually camouflages are. You could get now different colors, but it's always the light, dark, and medium color. And Wet n Wild said it's a tough girl collection, but they told me that the eyeshadow display that they had, the end cap display said beauty armies. It was only the nail polishes said tough girl. I didn't want the nail polishes. They were textured. I don't like that. It had the little very granularly. I just don't like that texture. It's just like I don't like the matte. So I got them on Thursday. I swatched them on Friday. And the impression that I got was that the lid colors for probably 4 out of the 6 were not very pigmented. The other colors seemed fine. I did hold them up to all the other palettes that they've made that I have, and I have not seen any dupes except for this color. This middle color is like that olivey green color that's in your comfort zone. It's like a brown with a lot of like olivey gold shimmer, and it gives it that olive tone. That's the only one that's a dupe. And I don't know if it's just how much I picked up. This seemed a little bit softer than the one that's in the comfort zone. But basically that was the only dupe I found. Out of all of these, the purple lid color was the only one that swatched really well. The green, and I think the green and the blue swatched okay as well, but not as well as the purple. And these these lid colors didn't swatch well, and in this they accidentally put the brow bone color here and the lid color there. As you can see, there's no way that dark gray is a brow color. And the Kmart collection, it switched. It says lid, the lid color and the brow bone color. I I put this next to, putting this next to Don't Steal My Thunder. They are not the same whatsoever. Beginning with the lid colors, this is a much lighter silver. This is a very deep silver. This white is almost muted to an off-white. This is a very bright white. This black is very shimmery. This black is a matte. So I thought it was going to be the same, and I thought it was going to be the same, and I was even thinking about not picking it up. But you know me, I'm a collector, so I'm glad that I did. So of course, this being as shimmery as it is, it swatched well. For the most part, the lid colors didn't swatch that well. I'm also wondering if maybe this should have been the lid color, if you see, and this should have been the highlight color. I'm wondering if they accidentally switched that as well. But again, these didn't swatch all that well. But if there was a must-have in this collection, they always have something like this. I don't think you would need it. I love this purple. The reason being, that's an indigo. That's a pretty purple and indigo. Just purple's my favorite color, but that's kind of rare. I've never seen them do an indigo. So I would say this would be a must-have if you really want it. This, I've never seen them. This is a coral, and I've never seen them do corals either. So despite it not swatching all that well, at least in my opinion, I took swatches and took pictures, you might want to get it only because it's unique out of their collection. And so, I mean, I'm a collector. I put these next to everything. They are different. There was maybe one other color that might have been similar, but just wasn't the same. I know most people are going to want this neutral one. I wore this yesterday. You really, really, really got to put a base underneath these lid colors to make them pop. And it's not as, it's very neutrally. I love this lid color because it's like a taupe. It kind of reminds me, I think that MAC has a satin taupe. It just kind of reminds me of a very popular color, but there's no warmness in this at all, like the satin taupe from MAC. But it's not, if you're looking for a natural look, this wouldn't be it. It would be neutral, but not natural looking because it is kind of dark. So yeah, I just got this on Thursday, and I just started yesterday when I went to the doctor. So this is the only one I've tried out. But so yeah, so that's my opinion. I'm not sure if it's a must-have unless you're a serious collector like I am. But again, those would be my picks only because it's so unique. Is this coral one? This purple, it's got that indigo color. And if you're into more neutrally colors, I would get that. But that would be my choice. But the most pigmented one I found was this one and this one. But again, if you have Don't Steal My Thunder, you probably don't really need this. But anyway, they're on the end caps of Walgreens. Since they only had 2 of each color, I pretty much took 1 of each. Somebody else took 3. 1 of 3 of the colors. So there were only 3 colors left. At my Walgreens, finally put them out on Sunday, and there was a full end cap there. And it was completely full. And so I don't know what happened, if anybody's bought it out by now. But yeah, so far those are the only 2. Now, like I said, some of the others had so much stuff. Like another one in Broadway said they wouldn't be up until Monday. So if you live in the Houston area, call around your Walgreens to see if they have it. When I went to HEB Plus, they're starting to come through my HEB Plus, and they did have the Kmart display there, but it was like pretty much almost gone when I got there. So of course the The brown was gone, and I think they only had one of each left of the 4 colors that Kmart is carrying, because Kmart is not carrying these 2 colors. So these 4 colors were there, but someone had already bought the brown at the HEB. So I'm sure HEB is going to be having them. I heard, according to Nouveau Cheap's map, it has popped up in HEBs like in San Antonio and stuff like that. So check your HEBs, check your Walgreens for that collection. And I did swatches and everything. I'll show you that now.